with that, introductions real quick. I'm David Denning, one of the founders of Jumpstart Go that runs the Marketing for Insurance Agents group, where most of you guys are coming from. And we started that group, like I said, as a free resource for you guys to connect, to grow, scale, ask questions. We also work more intimately with about almost 250 plus insurance agents and agency owners within our programs, the Closers Click, Producers Academy, Legends, our in-person events, helping them grow and scale their insurance businesses, really in all different areas. Each program has a little bit of a different focus, helping them double, triple, quadruple their production, grow their teams, all that amazing stuff. And we love working really deeply with agents. And then we also have a final expense agency of our own of about 60 agents, growing and scaling quickly within a matter of just months there. And so really excited about that as well. So with that, personally background experience, doing over 2 million plus on social media, and really love talking, sharing. That's one of my favorite avenues for lead generation and referrals is social media, especially organic. And so that's what we're gonna be talking about tonight. I have with me the amazing, the one, the only Elle Denning as well. So Elle, I'd love if you give a quick introduction for yourself as well.
Hello, everyone. I am super pumped to be on with you today. I always enjoy when we can do one of these webinar style master classes where we can jump in a Zoom environment outside of the distractions of social media, even though we are talking about social media today. And marketing, digital marketing, helped hundreds of small businesses originally with their branding, websites, graphic design, and their online presence. And then in 2018, David and I pivoted to working specifically with insurance agents. And that was when the Marketing for Insurance Agents Facebook group was born. Now at 30,000 insurance agents, and we've worked with hundreds of insurance agents. I've consulted for large brokerages, consulting in not only design, but also marketing. We also consult in recruiting, onboarding, all kinds of really, really great stuff, helping insurance businesses grow, scale their marketing, scale their teams, and bring more, ultimately help more people and bring more revenue into their organization. So super pumped to be on with you today. Super pumped to dive into my favorite topic, which is social media. It's been huge for us. As David mentioned, we've generated over 2 million in revenue just from social media alone. And so it is an incredibly impactful and powerful tool when used correctly. So David, with that, you want to dive right into it here or what?
Yeah, so with that, let's get rocking and rolling. So Elle was kind enough to put together a presentation for it. So let's go ahead and do my best attempt at screen sharing. Oh, yeah. Elle's going to screen share for me. So perfect. So that means I don't even have to worry about it. So.
We've been through a lot of this already, though. I should have started screen sharing.
Oh my goodness. We've already been through this. We need visuals, though. People don't want to look at me. So they want to look at these awesome visuals here. So awesome. Oh, well, there you go, guys. The group, client success, wins from clients, as you can see, people doing 100,000 months, people doubling their business, people booking 20, 30 life appointments a week off of social for free, 40, 50,000 production just from video. All this is social media wins, guys. These are huge, huge results for agents and agencies off of social media. So let's talk a little bit about how does social media help you sell more? And so with that, you know, a lot of you guys probably are familiar with man of many hair. You guys are making me laugh here. As you can see, yes, I do have plenty of hairstyles. So as you can see, there's a lot of different ways you can utilize social media. And I think a lot of people think, okay, maybe this is something silly, something fun, you know, social media is where people will go to look at cats and grandmas and what their friends are up to from high school, whatever and stuff, but not realizing just how much potential there is in social for growing and scaling their business. So referral partners. Social media is an amazing place to connect with strategic referral partners. I'm not just talking about like the ones you meet and give a business card to, never hear from again, no one ever sends any business. I'm talking about actually connecting with strategic referral partners that have their own audiences, that have trust, that have their clients, that you can help as well, and can send clients over your way. So strategic referral partners is huge. higher quality leads, inbound leads, leads coming to you, wanting to work with you, that already know what they want, or you've even educated them on what they need as they're coming to you and wanting to do business with you. That's amazing. We all want inbound leads, right? Authority and trust. You have the chance to build that in authority and trust with that audience as they're coming to you. They already trust you, already know who you are. Not a, why are you calling me? No, I don't need help with that. Who are you? No, I don't trust you. All that. So this is a big opportunity for you to build that through social media, staying top of mind. We all know at any given time, only 10% of an audience is ready to buy, and the other 90% may be ready to buy tomorrow, next week, next month. And this is important, staying top of mind, both for clients and referrals. Education awareness, you get a chance to teach your clients, get a chance to educate them, get a chance to approach them, or consultative educational approach to then bring them to you as prospects and quote and sales from that. And then nurturing conversations. This is a great way to nurture a client or prospects up into becoming clients, or nurture your existing clients for referrals, cross sells, retention, all that through social as well. Yes, be friends with your clients on Facebook and your referral partners. Huge, huge opportunity. So with that, let's talk about a little bit more about that opportunity as well as part of social. Guys, there are literally billions of people, hundreds of millions of people in the US on social, including your target audience. It is a huge opportunity for already people gathered, and in some cases very much even segmented into your target markets off of social. As I mentioned, agents doubled, tripled, quadrupled production through social, and it's becoming more and more prevalent. Social media isn't going away. It's only getting bigger. It's only getting more integrated into everything that we do. There, you know, why the channels may change, or what's the biggest opportunities may change over time, or some of the technical things. The social media is here, and it's a huge, huge opportunity. So if you're not using it for your business, you're missing out. And especially, it should be a large portion of your pipeline, really. So like I said, opportunities for leads, referrals, strategic referral partners, building your brand and your company through there. And it's cost effective because it's a one to many, not a many to one. And so that's a really big opportunity as well. We all think, okay, how do I get in front of one person and then get in front of another person, another? Social media is your opportunity to get in front of many at one time. And you're also able to become an authority for your niche and market as well. So that's a big area as well, as being able to become that authority, them to know you, trust you, know what you're talking about, and being seen as the person to come to for that niche and that market as well. And that's all big opportunities through social. Elle, do you have anything you want to dive into there?
I have a question for you.
Good questions. Okay, geez, hope I'm ready.
Is there a magic post or a magic formula when it comes to social media?
Oh, absolutely. You know, you got to pick a picture of an elderly couple, and you got to say, need life insurance, call this number, and you'll get unlimited leads. That's the magic post. Just kidding, guys. There's no such thing as a magic post. There is no like, oh, use this image or this video or this text, and you'll endlessly get leads, opportunities, people coming in to work with you. That's not the way social media works. That's not the way really marketing in general works at all. It's not just throwing a post up. But in reality, we all know that doesn't work. That's not how it works. That's not how social media works, right? And so there is no magic, but there is strategy. There is what works and what to do consistently. But I do want to, yes, get rid of the myth there is any particular special post or something that magically brings in customers by itself. Just like those magic leads we hear about, right? You know, those leads that you buy, they got a credit card out. They're like, give me the most protection possible, and I want it today. And plus, I want to refer 8 family members too. Yeah, those leads, if you find those, let me know. I would love 100% close rate would be fantastic. So, but in reality, so it's the same way. Strategic for success, but there isn't like a magic post.
Totally. And before we move into the next part here, I think it's so important to realize with social media that the more you work social media and the more that you treat social media like a true extension of your business and a true way to actually generate leads, generate conversations, the more social media will work for your business. So the more you work it, the more it will work for you. Really, just like anything else in life and business, the more time and attention and energy that you put into it. And this is one of the things that I think I see commonly is that people will start and then they'll stop. and then they'll start and then they'll stop. And then they really don't see the benefits of getting momentum through social media, because just like anything, it really is a momentum game. Like I think of it like, a snowball, and you've got this like huge snowball boulder at the top of like a mountain, for example, that it maybe requires a lot of effort to like get the snowball rolling. And it, probably takes some time in social media of doing the things before you're actually seeing the result. And so with social media, it's not like David said, it's not a magic bullet. It's not like put one post out and then all of a sudden it's raining leads. It really is consistent activity over time. Just like building any relationship, building anything in your business, that requires you to show up and to put the activity in to doing it, and it will build momentum. Like that snowball that starts rolling and it picks up snow, picks up momentum, grows bigger and bigger and bigger the longer you do it, and the more consistent that you are with it, and the more consistent that you stay with your messaging and how you're positioning yourself to your audience.
Absolutely. And so really great questions already. And I would just answer this to emphasize how big the opportunity is. Stephanie was asking, how much do you have to spend to get results? And the answer is the vast majority of our clients have never spent a cent on social media. In fact, we have a client doing $1 million a month in premium that off of primarily organic social media, not having spent a cent on social media. So we're not talking right now about paid strategies. Yes, those exist and those can be effective as well. I'm just talking organic, just using Facebook and social media for free without having spent anything on running targeted ads or something like that as well. There's huge opportunities just organic. And I really recommend clients and agents start with organic and then really leveraging that opportunity before really diving deep into paid ads or funnels or a lot more of the complicated stuff that can also suck up a lot of your time and money in the learning curve. We teach and train on that a lot as well. But we find a lot of them are just already not taking advantage of the organic, which is a huge opportunity, and honestly are really amazing ROI because you're not having to spend on it as well. So that's a huge opportunity. And there was another one on kind of the difference between, and I think that kind of answers Sarah's question as well, the difference between uses and when you utilize posting from your personal versus paying to create funnels and marketing on socials is primarily you're going to be using your personal profile. We talked about this a lot. We've done a lot of trainings on this, a lot on social media, how it works, how Facebook works. I don't want to go too deep into the algorithm today on that, but primarily you're going to be using personal versus business. And so, I have this kind of up real quick to cover this because we've done entire trainings just on this. But, at the end of the day, Facebook and social media channels make their money through ads, right? And so that's what they want to incentivize. So in the entire algorithms, everything around them is built to feed people ads and make money through those ads. So with that, they don't necessarily want people doing business for free on their platforms and getting in front of people for free. So they're not going to push and let you leverage your business pages, for example, in order to get free clients. Essentially, they want you to pay for ads. And so with that, they limit the reach of business pages so that they really only get in front of a fraction. I'm talking like 1%, if you're lucky, of your audience on your business page. That's where primarily business pages are not where your leads, referrals, prospects, clients, and stuff come through. It's really more meant for social proof. And then also you have to have one to run ads, for example. But that's really what business pages are. It's important to have one. You want them. But that's not where you're going to spend a lot of your time and energy in the strategies. You're going to spend it on the personal page, where Facebook has the exact opposite incentive. It wants people to connect personal pages. It wants conversations. It wants people paying attention and engaging, because then they get to feed the people more ads in their channel and their news feeds, and then they make more money. So this is really where the strategies are implemented on the personal profile side. So here's two examples of a personal profile. As you can see on the right, a personal profile, and then a business page on the left. There's some key differences and stuff between those, but there's a lot of ways to optimize these, which we've also done a lot of trainings and stuff around optimizing a personal and business profile as well. But those are really the two differences for those that are like, what's the difference between a personal profile and a business page? You have to have a personal profile in order to create a business page. You can't create a business page without having a personal profile. And like I said, primarily the strategies you're going to be running are related around your personal. Elle, do you have anything you want to hop in around that?
No, I think if we've got any questions, we can address them, but hopefully that helps clarify that. And I know it is counterintuitive if it's the first time you're hearing this before, because generally we think, oh, we're running a business, I need to post from my business profile. But really what we want to do is we want to document our journeys through our business. We want to share those wins in our business from our personal profile. You're going to get a ton more reach, traction, and ultimately more eyeballs, more opportunities for conversations, more opportunities to get in touch with referral partners and potential prospects when you're using the personal profile.
Perfect. So, Elle, why is it important to build that know, like, and trust? And how do you do that with social?
Absolutely. Why is it important to build know, like, and trust in business?
I know, right? Jeez.
So I guess, starting there, in any business relationship, but especially in insurance, we always say we know as an industry that insurance is a relationship business. We say things like they don't do business with other businesses, they do business with people. And really it's about the relationship and ultimately why people will choose to do business with you. I mean, everybody needs car insurance, right? Legally, everybody, if you have a car, you got to have car insurance. So what is going to make you stand out versus them calling a 1-800 number from a commercial, them going online and, maybe getting a quote through Lemonade and Zebra? Why in the world would they choose somebody else? Well, first up, they got to know you exist. Know is the very, very beginning of this. Before they can like you, before they can trust you, they got to know that you exist. So social media for small business owners really helps us create that authority, build an audience, and become known in our network. And just like, David and I have done a ton of local networking. Let me know in the chat here if you've been to any type of chamber events, BNI. We had Master Networks is a really popular one that we used to go to like 5 years ago. There's all kinds of different variations of essentially a BNI type of a structure, Rotary clubs, whatever, these types of local networking events. We used to do a ton of them. It takes a ton of time to do that, but they're really valuable if you're there, you're building relationships, you're seeing, especially if they're like a weekly type of a deal or a monthly type of a deal, where you're seeing the same people again and again, week over week, kind of like going to church or synagogue or a place of worship, that you're building relationships with people. You see the same people, Bible study, see the same people week over week. So they first get to know you, and then you build a relationship with them. And that's how they can start to like you and eventually trust you. And we can do all of this through social media, through the content that we're posting, by not only posting about our business and also establishing our authority, establishing our experience, establishing how we're helping other people. But we also do this by showing our audience how, a kind of a peek behind the curtain of our day-to-day lives, our pets, our friends, our families, our celebrations, our graduations, the things that we're doing as regular everyday people that likely your prospects are also doing. Now they know who you are and they're starting to like you, right? They're liking you because they see themselves in what you're doing. Typical like life situations, even the hard parts of life, taking care of elderly parents, aging parents, things that go wrong in life, all of those things that we share about our lives, our wins, our challenges, the struggles, all of those things, that's really what people like. That's what social media is built for, is to share those things and to create that social aspect of sharing life. So that's the like. And trust really comes in from now establishing yourself as a professional, as an authority. They're trusting you as an advisor, as somebody that, you know, knows more than they do, and honestly can help them more than calling the 800 number or getting a quote offline. And that's really, this is like, it's a journey if you think about it. First, they gotta know you exist. They like you as a person, and then they trust you as a professional. And if you can really just think about your social media strategy and know, like, and trust, first you got to connect with people, then you post things that help them like you more as a person, and then you post things that help establish yourself as that authority, and you're showing how you're helping other people, how you're an advisor that can really help them with their insurance. That's ultimately how your social media all works together to create a really powerful strategy that gets people reaching out to you saying, hey, I saw that you helped so-and-so with their life insurance. I actually think I might need that too. Can I get some time with you to talk about it? So that's how know, like, and trust works on social media, David.
Perfect. And I wanted to talk a little bit about that. That's a lot of the psychological areas that, that applies to with your audience and building that. At the end of the day, people buy from people, not companies, right? And so they don't really care who the company is, what carrier is, whatever and stuff. They care who their agent is and they're working with. And that person is going to look out for them, help educate them, help make sure they get the best, coverage and what they need possible, and is going to be able to answer their questions and everything as well. That's why agents exist, guys. If this was an order taking business and it was just a click, 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 I placed my order, I have it, and I know what I was getting, then agents wouldn't exist. But in reality, there's a reason agents still exist and will always exist in this industry, is because of the value they're providing on watching out for the clients, educating them, making sure they know what they're getting and understand that, because the general audience doesn't know insurance, guys. This is all complicated, difficult for them, things they don't understand, how things affect premiums is just a whole different world for them. And you guys are the experts. And so there's a reason agents provide value and that you guys are here. And this gives you a chance to really almost them to get to preview who you are as an agent, who you are as a person, and why would they work with you. And this is the opportunity of social media. So with that, Elle was talking about, like, yes, the opportunity of getting in front of people and letting them know who you are, what you do, and that how you can help with insurance. So who here feels 100% confident? People on social know what I do. People know who I am, what I do, how I help, and everything. And I'm vocal about that. I put that out there. Not saying that you're spamming people, but you do mention it on social. You're clear about what you do and how you help. And then if that's not you, write secret agent in the chat that I'm a secret agent, because no one knows that I'm an agent. And so, that's what we're talking about. Don't be a secret agent. Some of this is just literally letting people even know what you do. We have tons of clients, some of the very first successes are just initially doing posts and being like, hey guys, in case you didn't know, this is what I do and how I help or whatever. And they'll come back and be like, hey, Elle, David, I just got 3 DMs of people wanting to do quotes with me that didn't know I did insurance. And they're like family and members and friends and colleagues and stuff that had no idea that they did insurance because they don't tell anybody about it or talk to them. And so we do not want to be secret agents, guys. That's bad. That's just free and easy stuff that you can be writing and helping and doing business ads. And so, that's just the initial part is just literally letting people know. And so coming back to like this more strategic algorithm-based part of this too, is that know, like, trust and building people engaging with your post, which is called engagement. When they like it, they comment it, they share it, they interact with that post, they watch your videos. That's engagement, guys. And that is what tells Facebook, people like this stuff. Let's show this to more people. Man, people seem to love sharing stuff, and sharing stuff is getting a lot of attention. Facebook doesn't really care what it's about. They just see that it's getting a lot of attention and say, let's show sharing stuff to more people. Let's get this out in front of more of her audience. Let's get this out even to people that aren't even connected with her. Let them see this now. And now you have more and more people seeing you messaging you, coming to you, interacting with stuff, because Facebook sees that engagement and wants to push it, because that means people spend more time on Facebook, they get to serve more ads. So engagement's a big part of that. But what's one of the best ways to build trust and engagement and people knowing who you are, what you do, and really building that authority as well? What is it, Elle? I think you gave it away because you changed the slide on me, but that's fine.
Video.
Video. Oh, you guys are all right here. Like, if you guys had never seen us, never seen anything on social, no idea on anything, would you have any trust with us? Would you even pay attention to us? Would you even come to something like this? No. And are we able to communicate with you, show you guys who we are, talk about things we know, educate, provide value to you guys through video? Absolutely. And so there's all different scales you can do this on, whether it's a 30-second video of you explaining a tip to your audience, whether it's an hour-long webinar of you going in depth on how they can put together their final wishes and their living will and planning for their burial expenses over an hour-long webinar. There's a million and one ways to utilize video, but it's an amazing way to build trust and authority with your audience. Elle, you want to talk about a few ways here, including sticking out tongues, apparently?
Yeah, I went through and picked out some engaging photos for this, but yeah, trust will be built through your social media, through just, let's say, regular posting without video. We have clients that come to us and they're like, oh, I'm really scared to get on video. And it's like, that's okay. It's, we try to push clients to kind of move through some of that fear. But the reality is that video is going to accelerate essentially your traction and your momentum on social media. And the reason why is because people can hear your voice, they can see your face, and it really breaks down any of that type of like sales resistance. So like, for example, we even teach this like with our agents and our agency. And we talk about like just sending a business card that has your photo in a text message to a prospect, like while you're on the phone with them, to help build trust. And so when people see your face, they now know you're a real person. And so photos do an amazing job of starting to build that trust. But video is like them seeing your face, that just takes it to a whole nother level, because now they hear your voice and now they're actually getting to see like how you move, how you interact, how you conduct yourself, what type of sense of humor do you have. And that's honestly like why it's scary, right? It's like why it's scary to get on video is because you're kind of like peeling the layer back a little bit more and allowing people to maybe like not see you as polished and a little bit more conversational. But because because it's not as polished, people will trust you more when you show up on video. And so video does an amazing job of building that trust. And you can really create video in a lot of different formats. You can do Facebook Lives, which David and I love doing Facebook Lives. We love doing them with our clients. We like doing them with our team members, our coaches that coach within the programs that we run. We typically run a webinar like this or a Facebook Live every single week, Monday at 4 p.m. That is our preferred method of interaction, if you will, with our audience. But you can also do short form video, especially with TikTok. Facebook is definitely trying to compete with TikTok. So short form video and like the form of 30-second stories and reels are all excellent ways to get quick pieces of content in front of your audience and for them to see your face and hear your voice every single day. Like, that's pretty amazing, I think, when you really think about it, that we have the opportunity to reach so many people through social media, for them to hear our message and for us to impact so many lives, truly. So video is amazing for all of that. But if you remember anything, video helps you build trust and it helps you break down barriers and it helps you build rapport faster than any other type of social media content that you'll do.
Love it. And it's fun. So it might be scary at first, guys, but I promise it's probably the best performing content you can create. Doesn't have to be long, doesn't have to be complicated. You know, it's as simple as picking up your phone and just recording something real quick, like 30 seconds, a minute, or ever, and just putting that in front of your audience. And I swear, it works like gangbusters. And it's getting in front of your audience and talking to them. You know, this is an opportunity. Think of your profile as your own television station, your own radio station. You're getting to communicate to your audience. So what are you doing? What are you talking to them? No one wants to sit and watch commercials all day. So don't be, posting, come get a free quote from me. Oh, when you stop charging? Or or posting, hey, if you don't have life insurance, you don't care about your kids, like stuff like that. No one wants to listen to that, but they do want to learn. They do want to be entertained. They do want to see who that person that if I am going to work with an insurance agent, who would I work with? Who would I trust? Who would I do business with? Who do I send people to if they need help with insurance? And that's really the chance you have with that, and to get in front of them as a part of that. So video, top performing content out there. And honestly, that's where everything is headed even more and more. Facebook and others predicting that soon it'll be up to 90+% of content that's consumed on social will all be video. And so it's just more and more. That's how it's means. Look at the rise of TikTok and now what Facebook's doing with Reels. Look at Instagram stories, look at YouTube shorts. It's more and more and more video. And that's really where, hey, can't beat them, join them. And so you're gonna have to start doing some video. And it honestly is an amazing thing. And if you can get good at that as a skill, it's an invaluable skill set too for you.
Absolutely.
So I know we want to talk about staying consistent. One thing I did want to mention before we hop into this, and I'll let Elle talk about why consistency is so important, is I talked about the opportunity of social. There's so many people, and how we get in front of them through what we're posting with our videos, building that know, like, and trust. And part of this too is if you have a particular niche, and that niche should be more than just the line of insurance, it should be a particular audience or whatever, then most of us have audiences that we're going to do the best with. We don't want to be the everyone to everything. We don't want to be like, oh, I can help anybody with life insurance, or I can help anybody with home insurance. That's not good. If you're the jack of all trades and trying to be known for everything, you'll be known for nothing, and you won't stick out at all. So you want to have a niche and an audience that you become known for, an authority for. Doesn't mean you can't help others, but you need to have that niche that you're really getting in connected with, is coming to you, that you're known for. It's a huge, huge opportunity. Kelly has a niche, commercial food trucks, big niche of hers, became known across the country for that. And people were reaching out to do commercial food truck with her. Doesn't mean she doesn't write other stuff, but that was her niche. That was her audience. And so, it's important to have those. And so really try to define what that is. And that's a big area we teach and train on a lot, is defining that target audience. But in talking about the opportunity and stuff for Facebook, Facebook does a great job of essentially already putting people together in these niches for you. And so there's 1,000,001 Facebook groups for different things and different audiences that actually pull people in to communities of similar people, whether it's an interest, a stage in life, whatever that is for these groups. And so I just wanted to mention that groups are a huge way to get in with your targeted communities or targeted audiences and niches, and getting in, making connections, providing value, conversations, everything from there, and really tracing this all the way back to the main purpose of social. And what we're talking about here and what you're doing here is generating conversations, and that conversations are the currency of social and of the insurance industry in general. It's conversation relationships, right? All the opportunities comes out of conversations. I want a person in a direct message conversation. I want a person on a phone call. I want a person in a Zoom meeting, or in a real person in life meeting forever. And that's where the sales, the cross sales, the referrals, all the opportunities come from, is conversations. So that's the goal here, is we want more and more conversation flow and connections. And that's where all kinds of amazing stuff come from. But if you're only doing this every once in a while on and off, it's not going to be very effective. So Elle, what do they need to do to be effective?
They need to stay consistent.
What does that mean, Elle?
I put a whole slide together for this because this point is this important, because this is really the number one mistake. And it's not, I'm not going to say the easiest thing, but it's the simplest thing. So a lot of times agents will want to overcomplicate the process. But really posting on social media every single day, showing up in front of your audience, doing video, showing your face, telling people what you do, how you can help them, how you're helping others, doing that every single day, day over day, that momentum is going to build. That snowball is going to pick up snow. You're going to start building connections. You're going to start meeting people. You're going to start creating strategic referral partners so that it's not even just like you make a connection with one person that could be a potential prospect, which is great, but you start building these relationships and you start connecting with people that could essentially become an entire lead source, referral source for you. That could be a whole nother stream of leads through one connection that you could potentially make. And all of this comes down to being consistent on social media every single day. Anything you want to add on consistency, David?
Well, we talked about this a little bit today too. Like, what are, obviously being consistent can be a challenge, right? So what are some things they can do practically to help them with being consistent a little bit? Because especially, if you don't use social media a lot, and this is maybe new to you and different stuff, like what are a couple real quick, tips on kind of a general level that can help them be more consistent on really being successful social?
Yeah, so we actually talked a lot about this with our clients today. But I would say first up is to put it on your calendar, or if you don't use a calendar, to set a reminder on your phone. So it could also be like an alarm on your phone or something that repeats daily. And don't ignore it. If you're ignoring it, you need to evaluate why you're ignoring it, because there's a reason there. And then, so reminders for yourself, either on your calendar or your phone, and then to batch your content. So to create your content, like spend an hour during the week creating your content, and then you put it out throughout the week. I know, especially for video, David and I, when we're creating our content, that's typically what we do. We have our ideas on what we're going to talk about, and then we'll take about an hour and we'll record maybe 8 to 10 videos in that hour. And then we will release those videos on a daily basis throughout the week, so that we're not having to come up with a new idea or think about, what's the content that I'm going to put out today, when we're like in the throes of the work week and it's super busy and team needs things, and we're not being bogged down on social media.
Also, I see some great questions coming in just a few minutes. We're going to get to the Q&A. So last chance to really drop some questions in. Sharon, I see yours. You're asking some really great questions. We're collecting those. We'll answer those in just a couple minutes. Mark, good question. Mark, please make sure, in fact, I'm going to copy your question real quick so it's public, so the team can grab that from you, Mark, so that we can make sure to answer that as well. If at all you earlier what a question that we haven't answered yet, go ahead and drop it again, and just make sure that you got it selected everyone on there, so the team can grab that, because if you select hosts and panelists, they won't be able to see that. So okay, so let's talk about it. Like, social media, a lot of opportunity. So we went through the opportunity, we went through some of the ways that social media works, what you can put in place. I can be consistent. So next thing is, it can be a real challenge trying to do social by yourself. Things change, things get updated. You have to change strategies maybe a little bit, figuring out what works, what doesn't work, how to put stuff in place to really scale what you're doing for even more of an audience, even more results. All these sort of things are things where it makes it really difficult to do it alone. And this is where having support, coaching, accountability, mentors, a community that's supporting you as well becomes really, really powerful. And honestly, not just for insights on what to do and the strategies and how it works and everything, but also it's almost an unfair advantage when you have a community behind you on social as well, because then you can push things and you can do things on social that Facebook says, wow, man, people really like this, people are engaged with this, people are paying attention to this, they're getting reviews, all these sort of things that shows Facebook or any social channel in general, like, oh, push this person's stuff more, show this to more people, like, start showing all their stuff to more people and stuff like that. And it's really just an unfair advantage at that point. And honestly, having people support your stuff, push it, comment on it, react to it, share it, that is so powerful in social, because that's what social is built for. And that's how you leverage and push social. And so when you have a community helping with that, it's powerful. I mean, you can end up with, we have some posts and stuff like that have 2,000-3,000 plus comments on it, and tens of thousands of reach, and all for free, organic. And it's really, really powerful. So having an audience for support, what I was just talking about, I'm not going to lie, social media is not every day easy breezy. You do stuff, you get lots of results, and it's amazing. You never have to change anything. Like I said, it can be tough some days. It can be tough to try to figure out, okay, what do I need to do differently? What do I need to adjust? And having a support audience is like, especially when they're sharing insights and what they're doing, and what they're having success with, it's very, very powerful. We created this Facebook group, Marketing for Insurance Agents, that you guys are in, as a resource for people to share, to talk shop, talk strategies and stuff. But even more so when you have a really tight internal community that are following the same strategies, able to help each other with those and push that. And like, hey, I see you're struggling with that. I did too, until I realized this and this really made a big difference. You should do that too. Oh, thanks. Perfect. That made all the difference now, and is getting me even more and more results from doing that. Accountability and support from your audience is huge. So creating that accountability. Ellie, you want to talk a little bit about that accountability and why that's so important? Because like you said, you find yourself pushing this stuff off and not doing it. Really look at why.
Yeah. So going back to the staying consistent piece of it, that's really where accountability, and I put accountability on here, accountability, but also responsibility. So like, it's holding yourself accountable. You're staying responsible for the work that you should be doing daily on social media, but also accountability from peers, from support groups, like Dave is talking about, Marketing for Insurance Agents, our clients that we work with inside of our programs. We have Ali Torres on our team, and she keeps clients accountable, but they also have to be responsible as well. So accountability is so huge with this, because you're going to have days where you don't feel like posting. You're going to have days where the voice in the back of your head is saying, oh, you're probably posting too much and your friends don't want to hear from you anymore, or whatever, that weird naysaying voice that, it happens to everybody. There's always going to be those things that pop up. And so that's when it's so great to either have an accountability group. If you know some people, maybe reach out to them, creating accountability for yourself by posting on social media. I'm going to be posting every single day for the next 30 days about my business, or I'm just going to be posting every single day for the next 30 days. Like, if you're challenging yourself to do that, let somebody know what it is that you're doing, because when you let other people know and you make that declaration, you're going to be so much more likely to hit your goal and stick with it, because other people are watching. And you've also made that declaration to yourself. So get other people to hold you accountable, but also hold yourself accountable as well. Just because you have people holding you accountable, they can't do the work for you. You ultimately have to be responsible for your activity and your consistency for yourself. But having other people that are part of your journey, invested in your journey, cheering for you, rooting for you, that's going to help you so much in hitting your goal.
Love it. Love it. So powerful. And also the mentor aspect, right? So, everybody in the insurance industry should really know this, right? I feel like the insurance industry deeply knows this, because they also see how wrong this goes a lot of the times. Where's my help support? Where is anybody guiding me in this? And honestly, I feel like a lot of the industry is guilty of this. There is no help support. There is no walking through challenges. There is no guiding and mentorship. And that's why, if you're at places that do that very, very well, it's worth its weight in gold. Because honestly, I think that's the biggest difference. Everybody looks for the company, or looks for the contracts or the commission rate and all that sort of stuff. And why there's definitely things that are important, and there's pros and cons to everything. I will say probably the single biggest difference and people that make it and succeed in this industry and those that don't is the person's upline and mentorship and coaching. Whether in those can be separate things or they can be the same thing. But honestly, if someone has someone that's looking out for them, helping them avoid pitfalls, mistakes, it's much easier and much more fun to learn from other people's mistakes than to have to go through those yourself. Then those are the ones that are going to be the most successful in the industry. And I think people know that if I can find someone that can help show me the right things to do, how to do them, how to overcome the challenges I'm bound to face and bound to run into, acquire the skill sets I need and the vision and the goals and the accountability to hit that, then I will succeed. I don't lack the work ethic. I don't lack willing to do the things. I may need to be pushed and held accountable for being uncomfortable with things that get results and doing those things, but I'm willing to do them. I find that's most of the case. Yes, sure, there's some lazy agents that come in, don't want to do anything, and yeah, that's why they don't make it in the industry. But the vast majority are willing to work hard and willing to do the things. They just don't have any guidance, mentorship, and someone to help guide them and get them through those challenges and show them the right things to do to get the results. And I think that's the biggest thing, is mentorship, coaching, and really guidance. And that's so, so huge. And I recommend working for mentors in really all aspects of your business and personal life as well. Elle and I, we've spent hundreds of thousands on coaches and mentors and insights for very particular areas of our lives and businesses. And in all cases, we've earned 10 times the return of every dollar we've spent on that, because they're able to help show us how to scale, how to put something in place, something that we found challenging. They're able to help us solve that and push forward. And it's worth its weight in gold every single time. And we know this from personal experience. We put our money where our mouth is. We know, hey, we spent almost 2 or 3 years kind of almost in a similar scenario. And we're like, okay, we can maybe figure this out for ourselves one day, maybe push and maybe grow at, 10, 20, 30, 50% rate. Okay, whatever, that's fine. And over years, we'll have something really amazing. Or you know what? Let's make an investment in these people that over this particular challenge area we're finding that are going to help us solve that. And bam, in the matter of almost overnight, it was gigantic growth. I think it was like 500% growth that year or whatever from investing in that coaching mentorship. So we know how powerful it is. We tell others how powerful it is. And honestly, I'm going to be honest, we were very skeptical before we ever started investing in coaches, mentorship, and things as well. We're like, what do they know that I don't know, or that I couldn't figure out myself, or could go on YouTube or do this, that, or whatever and stuff? Like, I don't know. And so for us, it was a big, big hurdle, a big, we were scared, we were hesitant, we were skeptical, all those things you are, especially when you're making big purchases or whatever. And as soon as we saw results and what happened, we were like, okay, this is the cheat code to everything. We're investing in every mentor coach that makes sense for our business. And it honestly is the cheat code, I think, to success. So,
yeah,
Elle, I don't know if you got anything you want to add on that, but
yeah, I 100% believe that in our journey, we would have gotten to the same place that we are today. It just would have taken us a lot longer to get there without the mentorship. And one of the things is when you hire people that have more experience than you do, and they've worked with a lot more people, is that they also just have access to data and numbers, and they can tell you like if you're, average, above average, below average, and they can help you really like spot the areas of improvement, and they can see those things so much faster than you can see them because you're like looking at it so close. Yes, working with mentors and coaches has been huge for us for sure.
Yeah, and just one example of that is, we probably, as part of our pipeline, in addition to organic referrals and all these things as well, we also utilize Facebook ads. We probably spend 10, 12, 14,000 a month on Facebook ads, looking to ramp that up even more. But that's a scenario like, okay, we can figure this out. We can do this. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of trying to figure out, how to push, how to take a $10,000 budget and make it a $20,000 budget, because it's not as easy as just upping your budget. There's a million and one things that can break and go wrong. And so, yeah, we work with coaches and mentors now that literally manage 10, 20, 50, 60, I think actually it's like 50 or $60 million in Facebook ads they've managed and done. And yeah, you want to bet they have insights and data and know how to ramp and scale up stuff without breaking and scale up businesses. Absolutely. And for us, that's worth it so much to take away the time, the energy, and also help do it more successfully rather than stumble and waste money and time ourselves on that. And that's a huge, huge area. And honestly, a lot of people are like, well, I can always figure this out myself and everything. And I have no doubt for the right people will always be successful no matter what, because they will put the time, energy, and effort in to get there. Now, the difference is how quickly you do that. What is the one resource we cannot grab more of and we cannot expand and scale infinitely? And that is time. Guys, we only have so much time. And on this earth, with our families, with where we want to get to with our goals. And so one of my buddies, Cody, I love the speed at which you move. In fact, that's a company core value of ourselves as well, is speed. And the speed at getting to something is the difference. How quickly can I make that happen? How quickly can I get to my goals? So now I can do even more, have a bigger impact, and move on to the next goal I want to hit or what I want to do. And speed is a huge thing. Yeah, I can get to something in 5 years, but if there's something that gets me to it in 1 year, I'm going to do that. And that's really the desire that you should have in this business. I'm not saying that, make this a transactional business, but I'm saying that, yes, I have a goal, like for us wanting to help 10,000 agents do $10,000 a month in commissions with a $1.2 billion impact a year, economic impact. I don't want to wait 20, 30, 50 years to do that. I want to do that in the next 5. I want to do that in the next 10, I want to make that happen quick. So what can I do to make that happen quicker? So love it.
Love it. Love it. Love it. And so we covered mentorship as a whole area for business in general. And I really just cannot stress that enough, of like having multiple mentors, having multiple coaches that can help you with the different areas of your business is huge. But this 100% applies to social media and marketing, because it does move very, very fast. Having people that have access to the data, know the trends, know what's working right now, today, is so important.